With your CIGTV News update, I'm Shanda Gallego in for Donna Bush. In our top story, West Bay Central MLA Captain Eugene E. Banks, the West Bay Central Community Council, and the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands organized an important presentation on Tuesday evening. Held at the John Gray Memorial Church in West Bay, attendees learned more about the myths and facts of dementia and Alzheimer's from HSA General Practitioner Dr. Jared Christian, who first provided the definition for dementia.
Dementia is simply meaning from the Latin word without mind. Simply put, it is a clinical syndrome. What that means is that you don't need all kind of fancy tests to make the diagnosis. It can be made right there in the office. All one needs is just two things: cognitive or behavioral impairment, meaning the person's ability to think or work things out, or their behavior has changed and is interfering with their ability to function at work or usual activities. So you just need cognitive impairment or behavioral impairment and a reduction in function from what that person is used to being. It represents a decline from a prior level of functioning, and it cannot be explained by a major psychiatric disorder or delirium, which is essentially a change in behavior or thinking caused by some other medical illness.
Dr. Christian discussed the different types of dementia, the symptoms, diagnosis, complications, management of the disease, and prevention measures.
Right. It is believed that low levels of education may, I suppose in theory, predispose an individual to cognitive impairment at an earlier stage. Their cognitive reserve may not be as well built up. So if you can have a population that is well educated, it may help down the road in at least delaying the onset of dementia. Control hypertension, where it says less than 140/90, now they're saying 130/80. But if someone is diagnosed hypertensive, and we all should check our pressure from time to time, we control it. Avoid cigarette smoking. Control cholesterol and diabetes. Avoidance of head trauma.
The Alzheimer's and Dementia Association is having their monthly Memory Cafe events across Grand Cayman starting this Saturday, June 1st through to December. If you're interested and need more information, you can email info@sdacayman.com or call 927-4170 or 936-1655. The Memory Cafes are free and transportation is provided for those out of town. In other health-related news, in recognition of Emergency Medical Services Week, which was May 19th through to the 25th, the Health Services Authority EMS providers exhibited this year's theme, Beyond the Call, by taking the initiative to educate the community on how they can potentially save a life before the arrival of EMS. For EMS Week, the medical first responders hosted safety sessions throughout the island, teaching members of the public hands-only CPR, how to stop bleeding, and the importance and proper usage of car seats through hands-on demonstrations. In addition to the public sessions, the EMS team hosted an EMS recognition luncheon and awards ceremony to honor their colleagues and stakeholders in emergency care. In attendance was the Minister for Health, the Honorable Dwayne Seymour, and HSA Chief Executive Officer Lizette Yearwood, who said, quote, "We honor our EMS providers whose selfless devotion and outstanding efforts help save countless lives each year," end quote. Finally, in more medical news, the Public Health Department is reminding smokers who wish to quit the habit that there are still some spaces left for the upcoming smoking cessation classes the department is offering. Classes start on June 5th from 5:15 in the evening every Wednesday for 7 weeks in the new location at the Smith Road Center on the 2nd floor. For more details on how to get signed up, contact the Public Health Department on 244-2889 or 244-2621, or you can email sarah.hetley@hsa.ky or nola.sanderson@hsa.ky. For a look at our weekly schedule of programs here on CIGTV television, you can go online to gis.gov.ky, and if you missed today's news update, you can check out our Facebook and YouTube channels. This is CIGTV News. I'm Shanda Gallego. Thanks for watching.
Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required? Did you know planning permission is required to clear land by mechanical means? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman's boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
The Esterly-Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.